Opo, ma'am.
Morning po, ma'am. Yes po.
Okay. So, yun. So the next discussion, or chapter that we'll be discussing is this multi-stage refrigeration system. So we'll be starting for multi-pressure system. We also have multi-evaporator system. Ano? And so since this is the part na for our final exam, so make sure na yung mga didiscuss natin ngayon is mare-review ninyo and make sure na makakapasa na ng final exam. Kasi, ayun, mahirap na although hindi naman siya cover to cover yung exam, pero yung lahat ng mga na-discuss natin na part ng midterm exam will also be utilized for this final exam na coverage. One specific example is yung pagkuha ng enthalpies at each of the state point. So you need to be aware, or you need to be familiar kung nasang part siya ng saturation line para alam mo kung sa table ba siya titingnan, sa chart ba siya titingnan. Kasi nagkaroon tayo ng sample problem, nagkaroon din tayo ng problem sets. So dapat naging familiar na kayo sa pagkuha ng mga enthalpies sa kada state point. But yun nga, medyo nagkaroon pa din ng problem sa pagkuha ng mga enthalpies na yon sa midterm exam. So make sure na makabawi sa final exam kasi may point naman din yung pagkuha ng mga enthalpies kasi meron tayong partial points. And kung makuha nyo din naman yung enthalpies, madali nang kuhanin yung ibang parameters na hinihingi sa problem. Kaya make sure lang na maging aware at alam at familiar kung paano kukuha ng mga enthalpies sa kada state point. Okay? So, kindly open then your camera since this is our online class para alam ko na kayo ay nandiyan. Okay? So, yun. Para sa iba, pa-open naman ako ng camera para maiwasan din natin kung ano-anong ginagawa habang nagtaklase. So, yun din. Isa kong I require din ay notes, notes. Tapos ipapasa siya online. So prepare na lang ninyo ang notes para kung kailan ko siya ipapasa is pipicturean nyo na lang. So yun is para lahat kayo is merong mababrowse pagdating ng exam at meron kayong sarili-sarili na i-review. Okay? Kasi masyadong madaming example, system design dito sa multi-stage refrigeration system na iba-iba. Kumbaga, ang tatandaan nyo na lang is kung ano yung process na nangyayari doon sa component na yon. So maraming possible setup. Kung saan pwedeng ilagay yung component, pwede tayo magkaroon ng multi-pressure system, pwede tayo magkaroon ng multi-evaporator system. So dito gagamit na din tayo ng flush tank and intercooler. So we discussing each component para alam bakit siya gagamitin or bakit siya isinasama sa refrigeration system. So siguro dito sa mga i-discuss din natin ng mga system, pwede din kayong makakuha ng kung anong gagamitin ninyo for your design project or idea kung anong gagamitin ninyo for your design project. So again, yan, need mag-notes. Okay? Pero kung hindi naman nyo kayang kung hindi kaya pagsabayan yung pag-notes, habang nagdi-discuss, alam ko naman na meron kayong recorded or nire-record din naman yung meet. Kung hindi nyo kayang pagsabayin, so make sure na mapanood ulit para at least 1.5 hour lang naman to. No? So as part of your review ng discussion, pinapanood mo, saka ka nagtitake note. Kung hindi kaya ngayon, para at least mas maintindihan. So same din naman yun, kung mayroon kayong recorded na lecture. Okay? So if meron kayong may question, taas lang ng kamay. So all of the values na nandito ay nakuha na. So bale, if ever na kapag kayo ay nag-solve ng inyo, tapos may discrep yung nakuha niyong sagot, then pwede kayo magtanong bukas, we'll discuss. Okay? So kung ngayon, medyo hindi niyo nakukuha yung value pag tinitingnan niyo sa chart, edi taas lang ng kamay. Naintindihan?
Yes po.
Okay. So we have here multi-pressure system. So what is a multi-pressure system of vapor compression refrigeration cycle? So this is an arrangement of compressor and other components in order to attain a certain purpose or a certain application. So when we say multi-pressure system, it has two or more low side pressure, which is the pressure between expansion valve and the intake to the compressor. So meaning, bukod dun sa meron tayong evaporation pressure, meron tayong condenser pressure, meron tayong two or more low side pressure. Okay? So several model or arrangement of compressor will be illustrated in this chapter in order to evaluate the performance of multi-pressure system. So again, meron tayong iba't ibang setup. So dapat aware kayo kung paano siya lalagyan ng pH diagram. Alam nyo kung paano kukuhanin yung enthalpies, yung refrigerating capacity, yung work ng compressor. So ano ba yung purpose or ano ba yung function ng pagkakaroon ng multi-pressure system? So the two functions open integral to multi-pressure systems ay yung removal of flash gas. Kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng multi-pressure kasi meron tayong removal of flash gas and intercooling. So from these two, ayan, yung nakalagay dyan is two function pero three yung italicize. But yung saving of compressor power consumption is the result of intercooling. So meaning meron talaga tayong dalawang function ng multi-pressure system. Number one is the removal of flash gas and the intercooling, which result to saving of compressor power consumption. So first, let us discuss ano ba yung removal of flash gas or flash gas removal. So saving in the power requirement of a refrigeration system results if the flash gas that develops in the throttling process. Saan ba yung throttling process? Dun sa expansion valve. So di ba dun sa expansion valve natin, paglabas niya, nagiging wet mixture. So meaning, meron tayong liquid, meron tayong vapor phase. So yung vapor phase, yung sa removal of flash gas, na-separate yung vapor phase galing dun sa throttling process, or that develop in the throttling process, sineseparate yung vapor phase and then nire-recompress. So meaning, paano siya i-recompress? So yung vapor phase, ibinabalik siya doon sa compressor. Naintindihan? For flash gas removal. And then yung liquid, pupunta again siya sa expansion valve. Again, ibig sabihin, magdodoble yung expansion valve. And then, papasok ulit siya ng evaporator. So, ibig sabihin, naghiwalay yung vapor at liquid. Yung vapor, babalik sa compressor. Yung liquid, pupunta sa evaporator. And then, magsasama ulit yun. Di ba? Pagkalabas ng evaporator, magve-vapor ulit siya. So, we'll be discussing this a lot later para mas maintindihan nyo paano ba nangyayari yung removal of flash gas. So, main is separation of vapor and liquid. So, yung main function ng removal of flash gas is yung flash gas or yung vapor that develops sa throttling process, ibinabalik siya sa compressor. So the vapor is separated from the liquid by an equipment called the flash tank. So if magkakaroon ka ng removal of flash gas sa process mo, you need to incorporate a flash tank to do the job. Or to separate the flash gas. The separation occurs when the upward speed of the vapor is low enough for the liquid particles to drop back into the tank. So normally, a vapor speed of less than 1 meter per second will provide adequate separation. So this is in the flash tank. So another is the intercooling. So intercooling between two stages of compression reduces the work of compression per kilogram of vapor. And then we'll also be discussing this statement later para ma-prove natin that there's a reduce of work of compression if we use intercooling. So meron tayong problem regarding this. Intercooling in a refrigeration system can be accomplished with a water-cooled heat exchanger or by using refrigerant. So take note, this one is accomplished with a water-cooled heat exchanger. And intercooling is incorporated between compression or kaya naman in compression process. So the water-cooled intercooler may be satisfactory for two-stage air compression, but for refrigerant compression, the water is usually not cold enough. The alternate method uses liquid refrigerant from the condenser to do the intercooling. So the starch gas from the low-stage compressor bubbles through the liquid in the intercooler. Refrigerant leaves the intercooler as saturated vapor. So pwede siyang water-cooled intercooler, pwede rin naman na true liquid refrigerant. So yun nga. As I mentioned, madami siyang cases na pwede set up. So intercooling with liquid refrigerant will usually decrease the total power requirement when ammonia in this is the refrigerant. But when the refrigerant is 12 or 22, hindi siya. So in this case, intercooling with liquid refrigerant will usually decrease the total power requirement when ammonia is the refrigerant. So pwedeng gamitin yung liquid refrigerant. But siguro other refrigerant like 2012 or 22, pwede silang gumamit ng water-cooled intercooler. But again, depende sa problem kung anong gagamitin. And depende doon sa inyong design project kung ano yung gagamitin nyo na refrigerant. So again, I'll be reminding everyone to have a discussion on how you choose yung refrigerant na gagamitin nyo for your design project. So dapat kasama siya sa paper. Kung wala man siyang specific location dun sa mismong design project, so make sure na meron kayo pag nagkaroon na ng defense. Okay? So here is the first example natin na mayroong intercooling. So again, intercooling siya ay sa compression process in incorporate. So we have two-stage compression with intercooling between compressor and has a considerable power saving compared with a standard vapor compression system. So we have here figure 2-1, which shows the system and pH diagram of the system. The system diagram and the pH diagram of the system. So meron tayo ditong two-stage compression, so meaning meron tayong dalawang compressor, kasi nga two-stage siya. So meron tayong dalawang compressor with intercooler between. Okay? So this is the two-stage compression with intercooling between compressor. Okay? So intindihin lang natin yung sa pH diagram based on its system diagram para ma-check nyo din kung tama ba siya. So process 1 to 2 is in the expansion valve, so that is isenthalpic process 1 to 2. So process 2 to 3, we have the evaporator, wherein yung heat load natin coming from the refrigerated space is added dun sa evaporator natin that makes the liquid refrigerant, that makes our wet mixture refrigerant to turn into vapor. Yung heat added natin, dun sa ating evaporator will turn our refrigerant into vapor phase. So that is at state point 3. So 3 to 4 is the first stage compression. 4 to 5 is in the intercooler, 4 to 5. And then 5 to 6 is in the second stage compressor. Okay? So alam naman natin na yan, vapor siya. Pag nag-compress, high pressure, intercooler, ibig sabihin, bababa yung temperature niya. Compared dito. So, bababa yung temperature niya, state point 5, and then compress ulit, 6. Then 6 to 1 is in the condenser. So, paglabas ng condenser, we have liquid refrigerant at state point 1. So, again, you have to review kung paano kukuha ng mga enthalpies at each of the state point, para alam mo kung paano kukuhanin or paano kukuhanin yung ibang tinatanong. Kasi kagaya ng refrigerating capacity. So, hindi mo siya makukuha kung wala kang 3 at 2 dito. So, take note na yung refrigerating capacity natin, you have to know the state point ng inlet at outlet ng evaporator kasi doon natin siya kukuhanin. Yung work naman, syempre, is sa compressor. Kagaya nito, meron tayong 2 compressor. So, meaning, 2 yung work natin. So, it is H4 and H4 minus H3 and then the other one is H6 minus H5. Okay? So, the intercooler pressure will be determined in between the condenser pressure. So, normally, hindi binibigay yung ating condenser pressure. Ang binibigay is the intercooler temperature, but as you can see, iba naman yun sa saturation pressure at this point kasi superheated siya. So, meaning kahit may ibinigay na intercooler pressure, temperature dito sa 5 at 4, or dito sa intercooler temperature mismo, hindi mo siya magagamit to get intercooler pressure kasi superheated siya. Not unless nasa loob siya, but in this case, hindi naman siya magiging wet mixture. Superheated pa din siya. So, there are two ways, So, meron tayong low limit intercooler pressure and meron tayong high limit intercooler pressure. So, bakit meron tayong dalawa? Mamimili kayo dun sa dalawa kung alin yung best doon sa intercooler pressure na gagamitin. So, paano natin malalaman kung alin yung pipiliin? Okay? So, take note na dapat yung work of compression natin in each stage is equal. So, dun tayo magbe-base. Okay? So, take note na yung compressor input, yung power input natin dun sa first compressor natin is equal dun sa second na power input natin. So, meaning, kahit makuha natin to, pwede natin siya i-multiply na ng 2 to get the total compressor work with intercooler, no? Okay? So, yun yung pagkuha ng intercooler pressure. So, kailangan makuha ninyo or matas ninyo both low limit and high limit PI. Okay? So, paano kukunin yung low limit PI? So, before tayo mag-move doon pala sa pagkuha ng intercooler pressure, sa pagkuha ng other enthalpies like 1, 2, 3, wala namang problema doon. Kasi as long as meron kang condenser pressure, dito naman as long as meron kang evaporator temperature, makukuha mo yung state point 1, 2, 3. But since meron tayong intercooler, the problem is yung pagkuha ng ating 4, 5, and 6. So, magkaiba siya kapag iba yung pressure dito. Kasi again, meron nga tayong low limit PI, meron tayong high limit intercooler pressure. So, for low limit, ibig sabihin magkakaroon tayo ng 2 set of values. Yung isa is if yung intercooler pressure is at low limit PI or intercooler pressure, and then the other one is for high limit PI. So, let us start kapag low limit PI, yung intercooler pressure natin. So, kailangan mo lang na value are the saturation pressure at the condenser temperature and pressure at evaporator. And then, square root lang natin to get the low limit PI. So, ibig sabihin, kung may pressure ka na dito, makukuha mo na yung other values for enthalpies for 4, 5, and 6. Okay? And then, after nun, you will be checking yung energy balance. Okay? Ito muna. Okay, so you have to check ito if this is equal or malapit yung values nung compressor work natin. Kasi as I have mentioned earlier, dapat nga yung work of compression natin ay equal. So meaning, para makuha natin, i-compare natin yung values nito. So dapat malapit siya or equal siya. So that is for low limit PI. For high limit PI naman, ito yung pagkuha ng intercooler pressure pag high limit. Kukunin mo muna yung HIH or yung enthalpy. So this HIH is equal to enthalpy at 0.4. So again, ibang case na to. So this is for high limit PI para makuha mo yung intercooler pressure ng high limit. So you'll be using the enthalpy at 3 at 6 prime. So alin yung 6 prime? Yung 6' natin is the enthalpy after leaving the compressor for standard vapor compression cycle. So meaning meron lang tayong isang compressor. Yung sa standard vapor compression cycle, that is 6'. So meaning, pag meron kang value dito at state point 3, tapos wala namang binigay na polytropic process, so meaning isentropic process siya. Yung standard vapor compression cycle natin, makukuha natin yung 6'. So we can directly get the value of HIH or the enthalpy at state point 4. So after that, makukuha mo na, or this HIH or H4 intersect the S-curve at isentropic compression. So take note of that. So, meaning, makukuha mo yung intercooler pressure based do sa enthalpy dito and then yung entropy dito. So, meron pa din tayong 2 point para makuha yung intercooler pressure. So, meron naman tayong sample problem dito para mas maintindihan nyo. And then, para doon, kukunin nyo ulit yung corresponding enthalpy ng state point 4, 5, and 6 para makuha natin yung ito. Then, so 2 beses tayo magaganito. The first is for low limit PI and then the second one is for high limit PI. Tapos, kung alin yung mas magbibigay sa atin ng maliit na difference, yun yung gagamitin natin. Kasi yun yung magbibigay ng mas malapit na equal na work for both compressor. So, yun. Discuss natin para mas maintindihan. Kindly read this problem, Adrian.
As a two-stage compressor with intercooler uses ammonia refrigerant. The condensing temperature is 35 degrees Celsius and the operating temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. If the intercooler temperature is to be maintained at 18 degrees Celsius, determine the following. 1. The real value of intercooler pressure at equal work of compression. 2. The COP of the system of refrigeration compared with standard system using single compression.
Okay, so ito naman ay, yun yung component kanina. So we have your given and the schematic diagram and the system diagram and the pH diagram. So from the problem, we have two-stage compressor with intercooler. Yung condensing temperature natin is 35 degrees Celsius and our evaporator temperature natin is 0 degrees Celsius. So meron tayong intercooler temperature which is to be maintained at 18 degrees Celsius and that is at temperature at state point 5. No. So we're now going to determine the real value of the intercooler pressure. Again, as I have mentioned nga kanina, meron tayong dalawa. Meron tayong high limit PI, meron tayong low limit PI. So you will choose from that two kung alin yung gagamitin ninyo. Kaya ang tanong dito is what is the real value of the intercooler pressure at equal work of compression. Okay, take note of that. So take note, required natin is PI where H4 minus H3 is equal to H6 is equal minus H5. Kasi ito yun, 4 and 3 and then the other work is H6 minus H5. And then the other required is the COP of the system compared with the COP of the standard system. Alin ba yung standard system natin? Yun yung process 1, 2, 3, 6 prime 1. Tapos yung system naman natin with intercooler is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Okay, yun yung cycle natin for system with intercooler. Okay, so para natin siya kukuhanin. So first, I will ask you to get the enthalpies at each of the state point for standard muna. So, ibig sabihin, kunin nyo yung state point ng 1, 2, 3, at saka 6 prime. So, we'll see if we have the same values. Again, kailangan yung pagpraktisan, yung pagkuha ng enthalpy. So, kung kulang yung mga sample problem na nabibigay natin during class, kasi meron lang naman tayong limited time, so make sure na yung binibigay natin ng mga problem set ay ma-review kung paano kuhanin. Kasi hindi naman ibinibigay yung problem set as a requirement lang. So, yun is a review for the assessment task which is yung kagaya nung sa midterm exam. No. So, same dito. So, meron tayong mga sample problems. Yun, kailangan yung i-familiarize syempre yung inyong sarili sa pagkuha ng mga enthalpy kasi isa yun sa pinakamahirap. ano, kasi kagaya nito, pag nahanap nyo na yung enthalpies, di na mahirap yung pagkuha ng COP kasi alam mo na kung paano siya kukuhanin. So, ang problema talaga is yung pagkuha ng enthalpy. So, I'll give you 5 minutes to solve or look for the values of enthalpies ng 1, 2, 3, and 6 prime. Kasi again, yung 4, 5, 6 dyan, makukuha pa natin yan sa intercooler pressure and meron tayong dalawang setup pa dun. So, yun. Kunin muna yung 1, 2, 3, at 6 prime. Okay, so do you have your answer? Or pwede nyo i-share dito sa in-call messages yung mga values. Okay, so how about other values pa? Okay, are you sure doon sa ating 1,6 prime? Ay, doon sa ating H6 prime? Yan. How about yung iba? Anong nakuha niyo sa H6 prime? Wala. Wala nakakuha ng H6 prime. Okay, so discuss natin. Tingnan ninyo, tatanong ko kung ano yung property na ginamit ninyo sa pagkuha nitong mga nandito. So for H1 and H2, that is equal, which is HF at 35. So that is correct naman sa mga nandito sa mga values na to. H3 is HG at 0. Yan, tama. Pero doon tayo nagkaroon ng discrep sa H6 prime. So sa H6 prime, you'll also be getting the value of S3 since isentropic compression, siya, SG at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, which is 5.6189. And then we also have to get the pressure at 6 prime, which is equivalent to PSAT at condenser. Temperature, which is 1352.2 kPa. And then from that, we'll be getting H6 prime at S3 and PC. Anong nangyari? Can I ask, John Rainier, Gayeta?
Ma'am, ang naging parameter ko pong ginamit ay yung pong sa temperature po, tsaka po yung pong entropy. Hindi po yung pressure, kaya po
Yung
nagkamali.
temperature na 35, iba na siya kasi superheated. Yung 35 natin is dito lang sa loob. Naintindihan ba?
Okay po, ma'am, noted po.
Okay, how about you, Ken?
Ganun din po, ma'am. Temperature po yung na-consider ko po. Sabay yung S po.
How about you, Adrian?
Yung saan po ay yung pressure po tsaka yung entropy. Baka nagkamali lang po ako ng tingin.
Okay, medyo malapit nga yung 1618 sa 1622. So, atin ay 1622 kilojoule per kilogram farm chart. Okay? So, yun yung parang yan. Yung kailangan talaga natin na pagtamain. Ano? So, PC, yan, PSAT, yan din yung kanina. PE is 430.43. And then yun, given naman yung ating intercooler temperature, which is 18 degrees Celsius. So, ito yung sample wherein saan kinuha yung 1622, no? So, we have 1352 and then 15.61. Okay? So, kung mapapansin nyo, lampas na dito, pero ang tinitingnan natin is sa part na to. Kasi again, hindi naman tuwid na linya yon, curve yon. So, bali dito tayo mag-a-adjust nung 5.61 something. No, mas adjust pa nga siya doon ng konti. Okay? So, next natin is, yan, these are the values that we have obtained earlier. And, yan, we'll be checking kung ano yung gagamitin natin na intercooler pressure. Kasi again, meron tayong dalawang pwedeng pagkuhanan ng intercooler pressure. And from that, we have to check alin yung gagamitin natin. So, ang gagamitin natin is the one which will give us equal work of compression. So, meaning, pag nakuha natin yung intercooler pressure, we'll be getting, ayan, the enthalpies at state point 4, 5, and 6. So, to get the low limit PI, we will have to substitute ito lang, yung PI natin dito. We'll be substituting the value of the pressure in the condenser and pressure at the evaporator. And then we'll get the low limit PI as 762.9 kPa. And then, from this value of PI, we'll be getting the value of 4, 5, and 6 na. So, paano natin kukuhanin yung H4, yung H5, and H6 depende sa ating low pressure PI. So, at this low limit intercooler pressure, we'll be getting the enthalpies. And H4, as you can see, is again, isentropic pa din naman yung process natin dito. So, we can use the PI or the intercooler pressure, low limit intercooler pressure, and the entropy at state point 3. Kasi mag-intersect naman siya doon. So, we'll get at the chart value which is 1540 kilojoule per kilogram. Yung H5 naman natin, again, kailangan natin ng dalawa. And as you can see, yung temperature ng intercooler at yung PI natin, pwede natin siyang gamitin and we'll get the value of 1482 kilojoule per kilogram. Yes, Ken?
Ma'am, paano nga po ulit nakuha po yung H4 po?
H4 is ito, nakalagay naman dito, S3, which is equal to S4. Kasi isentropic. And then since ito, low limit PI, equal naman ang pressure niyan dyan. So, yun yung gagamitin natin. Sa chart pa din, okay? So, yung S4, S3, na nakuha natin kanina, which is 5.61, which is equal to S4. And then low limit PI na 762.9 kPa. Sa chart titingnan. Clear ba tayo doon?
Yes po, ma'am. Salamat po. Nakamute po ata kayo, ma'am.
Okay, so next naman natin, how about dito sa H5? So TI, yung ating intercooler temperature na given and then PI. So mag-intersect siya doon sa ating superheated part. So yun yung titingnan natin sa ating superheated chart. And then we'll get 1482 kilojoule per kilogram. Okay? Naintindihan ba doon? And then H6 naman natin is H at, since again, isentropic compression, 5S, entropy at S5 is equal to entropy at 6. So, para makuha natin yung enthalpy at 0.6, we can use pressure at condenser, equal yan doon, and the entropy at state 0.5, which is equal to the entropy at 0.6. So therefore, we'll get H6 at 1560 kilojoule per kilogram. Okay? And then sabi nga natin, we'll be choosing the intercooler pressure based on the work, compressor work. So we will check if the compressor work will be equal or near from equal. So balancing of work of compression, so we have 4 and 3, and then 6 and 5. So substituting H4 and 3, H6 and H5. So we have 1540 H4. H3 is ito, 1461.7. H6 is 1560 and H5 is 1482. So from this one, yan, equal siya, malapit, with 0.3 as difference. And we'll check, if mas mababa yung magiging difference nung high limit PI compared with this one. So kahit ito is malapit na, we will also check yung high limit PI natin. So check for high limit PI para alam natin kung alin yung pipiliin natin. So for high limit PI, ang hahanap natin is the enthalpy at intercooler. Intercooler, yun ay papasok ng intercooler ang kukunin natin. So as you can see, siya ay parang nasa gitna. H3 and then half nitong H6 and H3. Parang nandoon siya in mid between. So that is H4. So HI na makukuha natin is H4 na. Okay? So meron tayong value ng H3 which is 1461. So we just substitute it. Nakuha natin na H6 prime is 1622 and H3 natin is yun din. No. So substituting the values, we get 1541.85 at H1. So again, H1 is equal to H4. So paano natin makukuha? Kasi ang hinahanap natin is the intercooler pressure. So since ang pressure dito sa 5.4, sa line na to, is the intercooler pressure, so meaning kung ano yung pressure where H is 1541.5, yun yung intercooler pressure natin. But since again, this one is superheated, we need two properties. Ang given sa atin at this state point 4 is H or enthalpy. And at the same time, since this is isentropic process, we can say that yung S3 natin is also equivalent to S4. Okay? So meaning we can get the intercooler pressure using HI, itong H4 na to, and S3, which is equal to S4. Clear ba tayo doon? Taas naman ako ng kamay. Okay, so from that, hanapin nyo lang yan sa chart and you will get the value of P or intercooler pressure using HI and S3, which is 790 kPa. Medyo malayo din siya dun sa low limit PI natin. So yung high limit PI natin is 790 kPa. But hindi pa natin makukonclude kung alin, kailangan nating magkaroon ng balancing of work of compression at intercooler pressure, which is 790 kPa. And to do that, we need to get all of these enthalpies then at high limit PI. So what are those enthalpies? Yung H4 natin is already equivalent to HI natin, which is 1541.85. And H5 natin is yan, H at temperature at the intercooler and PI. So take note, ang PI na gagamitin natin dito is a high limit PI na. Naintindihan ba? Malinaw ba tayo doon?
Yes po, ma'am.
Lagay na lang natin dito siguro is IH. PIH para high limit yun. Yan, nawala. Inedit ko kasi. Yan. So, ito is yan. High enthalpy at TI or the intercooler temperature and PIH or the high limit, which is 790. So from chart din to, makukuha mo is 1480. So H6 naman is, since isentropic compression pa din to, so we can use S5, which is equal to S6. and PC or the condenser pressure. And from the chart, we'll also be getting 1,550 kilojoules per kilogram. And then from that, we'll be balancing the work of compression and then substitute values of H4, 3, 6, 5 for high limit PI. Same lang naman yung H3 kasi hindi naman to apektado ng intercooler pressure. So we'll be substituting H4 na na-obtain natin through high limit PI, that is 1541.85, minus the H3 is equal to H6, which is 15550, and then H5 1480. And then therefore, nakuha natin is not equal with a difference of 10 kilojoule per kilogram. So therefore, we will be using 762.9 because it gives us only 0.3 difference. Okay? So therefore, we'll be using 762.9 kPa, and wherein ang work ng isang compressor is 78. But since two-stage nga siya, we'll be multiplying it by 2 to get total pressure of the system using intercooler. Okay? So you can use 78.3 or 78, maalin dyan. Para siyang tama. But mas tama yung 78.3 kasi mas malaki yun. So, maalin? Clear ba tayo? So, pag malayo yung difference nito, take note, pag malayo yung difference nito, pero mas malapit, naintindihan ba? Kumbaga, compare dito sa dalawa, nagkaroon to ng 2 kilojoule per kilogram na difference. This one is nasa 10. So, yung 2 pa din ang pipiliin mo. Di ibig sabihin, medyo magkalayo na to. Magiging 78 at 76, for example. So, ang gamitin nyo na lang is yung mas malaki na work. Naintindihan? Clear ba tayo doon?
Yes po.
Okay, so therefore, our work using intercooler is 156 kilojoule per kilogram, which is total work of 2 compressor. Compared naman natin with single compressor. Paano natin siya i-compare? Ay di itong 6' minus 3 kasi that is the work for standard vapor compression cycle, which will give us 160.3 kilojoule per kilogram. And as you can see, merong or bumaba yung work of compression natin with the use of intercooler. Okay? So from 160 naging 156 na lamang siya. But for letter A, ang required lang naman sa atin is ito. Use 762.9 kPa as intercooler pressure. But we'll be using this work, total work, using intercooler and work for standard vapor compression cycle in the next item or required, which is the COP of the system with intercooler. So, ano yung formula ng ating refrigerating capacity? Para makuha mo yung enthalpy na, for refrigerating capacity, kailangan alam mo kung ano yung state point ng evaporator. So that is 3 and 2. So therefore, that is H3 minus H2. Okay? Clear ba tayo doon?
Yes po.
Okay, so therefore, for our refrigerating capacity, that is H3 minus H2. And then substituting work of compression with intercooler, that is 156, so therefore it will give us COP, which is 7.02. Compared with the standard system, COP is 6.83. So H3, H2 natin, di naman yan nagbago. Kasi in terms of the use of intercooler, compression work naman yung ina-alter niya. So same yung ating refrigerating capacity, which is H3 minus H2 divided by the work of compressor for standard vapor compression cycle, the 160.3. And that gives us 6.83. Okay? So, comparing the two COP, we have high coefficient of performance with the use of intercooler compared with the standard vapor compression cycle. Okay? So, this also validates that if we have decrease in pressure requirement, there is an increase in COP. Okay? Do you have any question? Naintindihan ba tong problem na to?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, so again, meron tayong madaming setup. Merong pinagsama na yung intercooler at flash gas removal. But here, parang pinoint out lang natin ano yung effect ng paggamit ng intercooler. So, based from the given system diagram, kailangan yung makagawa ng pH diagram or minsan given na din naman siya. So you have to identify kung tama ba yung inyong ginagawa. Kasi kailangan tama yung mga enthalpies na makukuha ninyo. Okay? So next natin is the application of multi-pressure system. Can you please read the slide, Alex? Alex? Okay, how
Sorry
about
po,
you?
nag-CR po.
Okay, sige. Can you please read the slide?
Multi-pressure system of refrigeration are commonly applied in dairy factory where one evaporator operates at about -35 degrees Celsius to harden the ice cream, while the other evaporator operates at 2 degrees Celsius to cool the milk.
Okay, so here are the applications of multi-pressure system. So, i-relate nyo din dun sa mga design project na inyong ginagawa. Kasi baka need nyo din ng multiple evaporator. But in this case, nasa multiple pressure system pa naman tayo. Okay, another important application may be in process industry where 3 or more stage compressor are prepared with intercooler or removal of flash gas. So, removal of flash gas results saving in power requirement as compared to standard vapor compression system since COP increases. So, dito, diniscuss muna natin ano yung effect ng intercooler at ano yung effect ng flash gas removal. So, now we'll be using flash tank naman. So, this one is single evaporator, single compressor with flash tank for flash gas removal. So again, ano bang nangyayari dun sa flash tank? So sa flash tank, nire-remove niya or sineseparate niya yung vapor doon sa liquid. And then yung vapor, refrigerant, is bumabalik sa compressor. And then kino-compress or nare-recompress. And then yung liquid, pupunta na siya sa evaporator. So ito yung ating sample diagram, system diagram of the model is single evaporator, single compressor with flash tank for flash gas removal. So ito yung corresponding system diagram and pH diagram of the model. Okay, so meaning at this state point 6, 1 to 2 muna tayo. Start tayo ng 1 to 2. So since this one is expansion valve, so meron tayong isenthalpic process 1 to 2. And then we also have isenthalpic process ng 3 to 4. But in this case, meron na tayong flash tank dito. So from our flash tank, meron tayong lumalabas na or meron tayong output na dalawa. Meron tayong state point 6, meron tayong state point 3. So sa flash tank, again, sineseparate yung liquid sa vapor. So nire-recompress yung flash gas, or yung vapor refrigerant, nire-recompress siya dito. So at state point 6, ang lalabas dito are vapor refrigerant. Kaya siya andi dito. And then, yung 3 naman, 2 to 3 are liquid. Kaya siya nandito sa saturated liquid line ng ating pH diagram. Okay? So, dito muna tayo sa 3 to 4. Since this one is expansion valve, so we have throttling process or isenthalpic process 3 to 4. And then, 4 to 5 is our evaporator. And paglabas ng evaporator natin is saturated vapor. So, dun siya sa state point 5. Saturated vapor. Okay? And then, meron tayong junction kung saan magko-combine yung masses natin. Yung mass ng vapor. Ito kasi liquid, pero naging vapor na din siya pagpasok ng evaporator. So, mass of vapor na din to. So, vapor na yung lalabas. Or superheated na yung lalabas. State point 7, andi dito. combination of state point 6 and 5. So we have here, ito na yun. And then, repeat the process. So this is our pH diagram of the model. So suppose in the above model with flush tank, removed flush gas will be throttled to lower the pressure necessary to mix the low pressure vapor from the evaporator. Ito yun. So we have pressure reducing valve para magkaroon tayo ng, para mag-combine siya dito at state point 7. The remaining liquid will enter the expansion valve as the saturated liquid at the flush tank pressure, allowing enthalpy difference from 4 to 5, and that is our refrigerating effect. So larger than the standard cycle and increasing the refrigerating effect. So as you can see, kung meron tayong standard vapor compression cycle, tuwid lang to dito, no? And then, yung refrigerating effect natin is from 5 and then up to this point lang. But because we have flush gas removal, nagkaroon tayo na mas mataas na refrigerating effect. From dito, naging nandito na siya. Clear ba tayo doon? Naintindihan?
Yes po, ma'am.
Opo, ma'am.
Okay, so dapat alam niyo ng process sa intercooler, ano yung process sa flush tank. So dito, nagkakaroon ng separation of masses. So hindi natin masasabi that this is liquid kasi pagdating dito, magiging vapor na siya. So we let that as 0.1, or M1, yung vapor na lalabas. And then M2 naman yung liquid na lalabas dito, which also will flow dun sa ating evaporator and then pupunta siya doon sa junction, M2. And then this one is M1 and then may junction nga doon, so magsasama M1, M2 and then yan yung process. So dito magkasama ulit, tapos maghihiwalay through dito sa flush gas and then paikot-ikot lang siya. Okay? Clear ba tayo doon?
Yes,
So
po.
this is another set of multi-pressure refrigeration system. So we have flush gas removal. Okay, which increases refrigerating effect. So from the model, the condensing temperature of ammonia refrigerant is 35 degrees Celsius and the evaporating temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. So let the throttle valve maintain the flush tank pressure at 760 kPa, ito yun, and determine the following. So first, AR, the enthalpy at all section of the system. So kukunin natin yung lahat ng enthalpy dito sa system na to. And then B is mass flow rate of refrigerant vapor leaving the flush tank. So ano yung okay, you have to take note kung anong mass ang hinihingi dito. Mass flow rate of refrigerant vapor leaving the flush tank. Okay, dalawa yung lumalabas ng flush tank natin. So we have M1, meron tayong M2. Yung M1, yun yung vapor na marere-compress sa compressor, and then yung M2 is the liquid which will flow through our evaporator. Or eto, liquid siya dito pero magiging wet mixture na siya pagdating doon, no? Okay. So dito tanong is mass flow rate of refrigerant vapor leaving the flush tank. So meaning itong M1 na yun tinatanong. With 100 ton of refrigeration capacity. And then, work of compression at the compression index na N is equal to 1.3. So meaning meron tayong polytropic process, 7 to 8. Hindi siya isentropic. So take note, meron tayong compression index na N is equal to 1.3. So hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung isentropic process of 7 to 8 kasi polytropic process. You have to take note of that. Sama-sama na siya dito. And then D is the COP of the system. Naintindihan? So, syempre, una muna is hanapin natin yung mga enthalpy. Kahit hindi naman siya required dito. Kahit di required dito hanapin ang enthalpy, kailangan mo pa din kuhanin. Kasi hindi mo masasagutan yung mga unknown values or required pag hindi mo hinanap yung mga enthalpies. So, first is you have to get the enthalpy at different section of the system. Okay? So, etong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, madali lang siyang hanapin. Pero, mahirapan kayo pag hindi kayo familiar kung saturated liquid ba siya, vapor ba siya, Kasi 1 is saturated liquid, equal siya sa 2. 3 is saturated liquid at 760, equal siya sa 4. 5, vapor siya, nalalabas ng evaporator, so SG at 0 degrees Celsius. So, dito naman, S6 natin, vapor siya, kasi it's vapor at 760 kPa. Ando doon siya sa point na yon. So let us get different enthalpies. H1 is equal to H2, which is HF at 35 degrees Celsius. So from the table, that is 366.072 kilojoule per kilogram. H3 naman natin, as you can see, we have constant pressure sa ating flash tank. So we have HF at 760 kPa, ito yon, which is equal to H4. So meron na tayong 4. That is equal to 271.126. So next one naman is H5, is vapor leaving the evaporator at 0 degrees Celsius. So take note that is equal to 1461.7. H6 is ito. Kailangan, again, baka nalilito kayo sa pagkuha ng values. Pag siya'y nasa loob ng saturation line, isa lang properties ang kailangan nyo. Either temperature or pressure yung given doon sa line na yon. Equal yan, yung tuwid na line na yan. Pero pag nasa labas na siya, ibig sabihin, sa chart nyo na siya titingnan. Pero dito, iba to, subcold, ito sa superheated chart. Okay? So, ito, saturated liquid line, itong line na to, ibig sabihin, HF ang titingnan nyo. Ito naman, yan. HG naman yan. Yan. Review lang ulit. So, H6 is HG, at 760 kPa, which gives us 1476.86 kilojoule per kilogram. So, ano ba yung nawawala? Nawawala pa is 7 at 8. Pero, hindi naman natin na siya makukuha using properties. Kasi 7, ano bang known properties sa state 0.7? Pressure lang. Wala temperature, wala kahit ano. Tapos, polytropic process pa siya. So, meaning, dahil superheated na siya, di nyo na siya makukuha. So, pwede na kayong lumipat ng other process depende, which is yung energy balance. Kagaya nung sa heat exchanger, yung liquid to suction heat exchanger, nagkaroon tayo ng mass balance sa heat exchanger to get one enthalpy missing doon sa buong system. So this one, pag meron kayong hindi makuha na enthalpy through chart, you can use energy balance. So dalawa yung pwedeng pagkuhanan dito. Pwede dito sa junction, pwede dito sa flash tank. Pero ang hinahanap natin is H7 at H8. So dito may H7. So meaning sa junction tayo muna mag-energy balance. So dito makukuha natin yung mass 2, ito. Kasi meron tayong evaporator or refrigerating capacity given. Ano ba yung refrigerating capacity natin? So that is H5 minus H4. So H5 minus H4, given naman siya, nakuha na natin 5 at saka 4. So makukuha natin yung refrigerating capacity. Since meron tayong 100 ton of refrigeration, mahahanap natin yung mass flowing dun sa ating evaporator. Okay? Inuna lang yung hanapin, pero kumbaga kukunin nyo din naman siya mamaya kung hindi nyo siya nakuha ngayon. Kasi kung inuna natin itong mass balance ng heat junction, kailangan nyo pa din kuhanin yung M2. So this is yung junction na magkakaroon kayo ng energy balance. Okay? So since meron tayong M2, pero wala tayong M1, wala din tayong H7, so pwede tayong mass balance naman dito sa flash tank. Okay? First ay, yan. Again, ulitin natin, ang required sa atin are the enthalpies, the vapor leaving, which is itong M1 na to, ang hinahanap natin. And then itong M2 na to, ito yung pumapasok na sa evaporator, kaya natin to nakuha. And then total mass na yung pumapasok doon sa compressor, condenser, at doon sa unang expansion valve nandito. So energy balance at the junction. So again, energy in is equal to energy out lamang. Wala naman tayong ibang formula na gagamitin dito. So energy in is equal to energy out. Alin ba yung papasok? Yung M2 and H5, tapos M1 and H6 is equal to E out, which is M1 plus M2 times H7. So this is our equation 1. So substituting all the values, ang wala lang naman sa atin is H7 at saka M1. So meron tayong equation 1. So dahil hindi pa natin makuha, we can use also another energy balance dun sa ating flash tank. E in is equal to E out. So kung nagtataka kayo, ito kasi ay state point 1 pa dito. So dapat ito ay H1. Pero since H1 is equal to H2 naman, so wala namang problem doon. Pero this is supposed to be H1. Clear ba tayo doon? Kasi ang H2 ay itong point pa na to. Clear ba?
Yes po.
Naintindihan? Okay, so energy balance E in is equal to E out. Ang E in natin is yung M1 plus M2H2. E out is M2H3 plus M1H6. So this is our equation 2. And in this case, makukuha natin yung M1. Kasi as you can see, meron tayong M2, meron tayong H2, meron tayong H6, meron tayong H3. So meron tayong H3, H6, meron tayong H2 na nakuha. So makukuha natin yung M1 dito, which is our equation 2. And then we can substitute it dito para mahanap natin yung H7. Okay? So, using equation 1 and 2, we will obtain H7 and M1. Pero makukuha nating una is M1 muna dito. Which is required sa B. Which is the mass of vapor leaving the flash tank. So, ito yon. And then, itong M1, isa-substitute lang natin sa equation 1 to get H7. Is that clear?
Yes po.
So, now will be, ayan. So, since nakuha natin yung M1, ang sunod na natin kukunin is the work of compressor na. So, since ang dumadaan dito sa compressor natin is M1 and M2, so therefore, you need to get the total mass. Kasi kailangan mo yan para makuha mo yung total work. And since yung work of compressor natin is o yung process ng compressor natin or compression is in polytropic process, edi yung polytropic process na formula yung gagamitin natin. Ano ba yung polytropic work? Pagkuha ng polytropic work. Sino nakakaalala? So we have, may given tayong N which is 1.3. So yung pagkuha ng polytropic work natin is N over N minus 1 times P1 V1. But in this case, kasi yung ating inlet is 7 at saka 8. So, magiging siya? Inlet, P inlet times volume ng inlet multiplied by the quantity P outlet ng compressor divided by P inlet all over ay raised to N minus 1 over N minus 1. Okay? So, meaning, kailangan mo ng volume ng inlet. So, paano makukuha yung volume ng inlet? Yung inlet natin at compressor is superheated. So, therefore, at state point 7, ano yung mga property na nandiyan dyan? So, nakakuha ka na ng enthalpy, from junction. So, nakuha mo yung H7 na 1462. Meron ka ding pressure at evaporator, which is 430. P7. So, therefore, meron ka ng dalawang property para magkaroon ka ng intersection sa chart. And from chart, makukuha natin yung V na 0.258. So, at state point 7, where H7 is 1462 and our pressure is 430.43, we can get the value of V7, which is 0.258. So, this P7 is based on the evaporator or saturation pressure at 0 degrees Celsius. Ito din yun. Okay, so P8 naman natin is evaporator pressure natin dito 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, that is our P8. PE, pressure at 35 degrees Celsius. So, yan. Pero no need na naman nakuhanan tong V8 na to. Kasi wala naman, unless gagamitin mo siya, pwede mo siyang kuhanan. Pero dito kasi, ang kailangan lang natin is inlet at saka yung pressure ng outlet. So, N over N minus 1 times P7, V7 times the quantity P8 over P7 and so on. Okay, substitute lang natin yung mga values natin. So, 1.3 is our N. P7 natin is 430. Ito naman is, since ang V natin is in cubic meter per kilogram, so we need to convert it into volume flow rate in terms of cubic meter per second. And for that, to do that, we need to multiply the mass. So since dito nagsama na siya 7 to 8, so meaning total mass na yung gagamitin natin, multiplied by V7. So that is 0.32057 multiplied by V7. Okay, so do not forget to multiply the mass of refrigerant for us to get the value of the work in kilowatt. And then our P8 outlet is 1168 and then inlet is 430. And then work natin is 40 kilowatt. Clear ba tayo doon?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes po.
Okay, so that is our work required at C. So now we'll be getting COP naman. So itong 3.5167 na to is a conversion na ginagamit natin sa atin is 3.52 kasi meron tayong given na 100 ton of refrigeration. So take note, ang ginagamit natin is 3.52. But if you use 3.5167, edi okay lang din naman. Pero since yun yung na-discuss natin nung una pa lang, so yun na lang gamitin nyo. Okay? So again, huwag malilito, this is just a conversion since given sa atin is 100 ton. So convert lang natin into kilowatt divided by the work of compressor, which is 40. So therefore, COP natin is 8.79. Okay? Do you have any question? Any question? Clarification? So, compare naman
Wala pa
natin.
naman po so far.
Okay. So, compare natin to with the standard system. So, kanina, doon sa first problem natin, same naman yung binigay dyan, di ka? Yung evaporator pressure natin is 0. Ang condensing temperature natin is 35 degrees Celsius. So, yung COP natin dun sa standard system is 6.83. So, compared with the use of flash gas removal or flash tank, naging 8.79 siya. So it increases the refrigerating capacity. And also, reduces also the work of compression. But again, depende naman yan sa process na hinihingi. Okay? Any question? Clarification? Ito kasi ay merong mass na given. So we cannot directly compare yung work. Unless merong binigay na 100 ton din dun sa kabila. Okay? But in this case, tumaas yung COP niya and kitang-kita natin na tumaas yung kanyang RE or refrigerating capacity. Okay? Any question? Tsaka polytropic process din. Any question? Clarification? May tanong ba? Naintindihan? Yes, Tristan?
Ma'am, i-post niyo po yung PowerPoint.
Oo. I-share ko naman siya sa...
Thank you po.
Any other question? Clear ba yung naging discussion natin? So actually there are lots of multi-pressure system or multi-stage compression, multi-compression system, multi-pressure system. So dapat talaga alam niyo kung ano yung process na nangyayari, ano yung flow para maintindihan niyo. Kasi hindi lahat ganito yung given. So you have to analyze kung saan siya manggagaling. But in this case, aralin muna kung ano yung nasa sample problem natin and we'll discuss other example tomorrow. Do you have any question?
Wala na po.
Okay, so show ko lang din tong sample. So ito naman ay mga, at least pwede nyo din siyang pagbasehan. Pero yun nga, ang pinakamahalaga is dapat alam nyo paano kukuha ng enthalpy kada state point. Okay? Kagaya nito, we have multi-stage compression with flush chamber. So iba pa din yung nito. Yan. Ayan, nag-ads pang. Wait natin to add. Okay, sample lang naman to. And we'll also be utilizing yung ads. Multiply na po yung okay. So, kagaya nito, this is another example. So, this is multi-stage compression with flush chamber. But in this, so yung ating kasing flush chamber or flush tank is isang compressor lang. So, ito naman is dalawang compressor with its corresponding, yan, P, nasa na yun? Ito. With its corresponding pH diagram. So mostly sa mga problem, ganito na yung binibigay. And then yun, dapat aware lang din kayo paano siya kukuhanin and paano kayo magkakaroon ng mass assignment. Yung let M1 or M2. So yun. Yan, madami naman dito. You can also utilize this pero yun, discuss din naman natin yung iba lang dito. Para at least if ito yung mapa exam, di alam nyo kung paano siya kukuhanin. But mostly kasi sa ganito, parang dapat, yun, kapag given naman na yung pH diagram, so parang hindi naman na nagkakaroon ng problema. As long as maalam ka kumuha ng enthalpies. Kasi kagaya nito, in this case, paano kukuhanan yung ating compressor work? Di dalawa yung compressor, ibig sabihin, this one is H2 minus H1 plus H4 minus H3. Ano naman yung refrigerating capacity nito? So, yung refrigerating capacity naman nito ay, ano ba to? Ito, nasa ba evaporator? Ito, hanapin mo na evaporator 1 at saka 9. So, 1, H1 minus H9. Ito din yun. Kaya nga, kahit mag-iba yung process, as long as maalam kayo maghanap ng enthalpies, then there will be no problem. Basta alam natin yung process, anong nangyayari pag may intercooling, anong nangyayari pag may flash gas removal. Okay? So, meron tayong multi-compression, meron din tayong multi-evaporator na i-discuss. But for now, yun munang discuss natin sa klase ngayon. So, you have 2 problems and be familiar on the use of flash tank, and intercooler. So, if you don't have any question, goodbye class and see you again tomorrow.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you po, ma'am.